January is always a time for fresh starts, but too many resolutions tend to fall by the wayside by the time January starts rolling along. This morning, a transformation strategist shares 6 science-backed tips to help you stick to your goals and create lasting change throughout the year. Michael Lopez joins us this morning for some practical advice on transforming your brain, your body, and your behavior. So, Michael, so many people get into this rut of having really good goals for the years, but just can't keep it going. How do you stick to it?
Well, I think it starts with a little bit of less is more. I always talk about, we try to really stack things together at the beginning of the year. We want to be a better parent, be a better spouse, read more, drink less, sleep more, all of these things that are important to us. And I think it's important to start simple where you can build some successes. I was just talking to my wife last night about this idea of stacking, and what I recommend to people is pick one thing for the month of January that you think you can start with and focus on there, kind of get a base hit with that and move to the next one. So that's a great way to really get off to a good start, is to start with a few less goals, build some success, and then move on to the next set.
And I want to dive into that because success breeds success, Michael.
Right.
So if you set an achievable goal, does that give you confidence to maybe not only continue with that, but to move on to something else?
It does. And we know a lot about the science of motivation, and particularly with goals at the beginning of the year, we tend to pick the thing that has been bugging us the most. Maybe it's a health goal. Maybe I want to lose some weight. Maybe I want to change a job, whatever it may be, because those are the things that really negatively affect us. It's maybe the behavior that we've really been wanting to change and haven't been able to. The challenge with that is it tends to be the hardest thing for us to change. And so starting with things that are achievable, what it allows us to do is build confidence. And we know, based on the science of motivation, that we get excited when we start something new, and we get excited when we're about to finish something that we've set as a goal. So the more you can do that, the more it gives you confidence to step into maybe bigger things later in the year that you've really had at the top of your list.
Michael, we always hear this thing around this time of year that 20 days makes a habit, that if you continue to do something for 20 days, that that will lock in. Is that necessarily true?
It's different for everyone. What's true is repetition builds habit, right? So a habit is something that we don't think about, right? It's a behavior that we just do automatically. It's built up over time, maybe consciously or subconsciously. Breaking a habit requires effort. Effort requires struggle, and then struggle requires stress. And most of us don't like the feeling of going through that process. And so, for someone it might take 20 days, for someone it might take 60 days. What matters is the repetition of that experience and the errors that you make. And we know that errors create neuroplasticity, or at least the opportunity for your brain to kind of learn new things. And so that experience is important, but we don't always like the process of learning in that way. And so it's something that really can derail folks if they're not ready for it.
This is great advice. Michael Lopez joining us live this morning. There's his LinkedIn and Instagram information there for you, and that's going to keep you on your goals for 2025.